Good evening and welcome to Sublimation 101. We're introducing something new once again for you. The sublimate. What is it used for? Let me ask you the question. What is it not used for? It's a 16 by 11 neoprene, American made, with a white polyester fabric front. I had some ideas, me and Sublimation Scotty, Martha, we were all thinking about it. Placemats, dog placemats, for the gun collector, a gun pad for cleaning, for the hobbyist so they don't mess up your table. So easy, so fast to make, and so many uses with the Sublipad. It's an 1/8 inch thick, it measures 16 by 11, press it at 400 degrees for 50 seconds, and you are finished. Come on over, guys, you know the routine, let's make one! So, we decided today we were thinking about restaurants, marketing, and we were looking at some Italy scenes, and we just came across some ideas for an Italian restaurant. We had some beach scenes up. We had a lot of stuff up, and Scott was one of his favorites we were picking tonight was the Trevi Fountain. So we're going to take this Trevi Fountain image. I'm simply going to open it right up. Oh, you see we had the Colosseum. We did this one too. What I would say for a restaurant, maybe put the restaurant's logo right here, their name, their address, their phone number, some details. They're not going to have people eat on it, but yet they are machine washable. You heard me right. Machine washable. File open. We're going to pop up our Trevi Fountain. We're going to go to our image. We're simply going to size it up right now. We know that it's a 16 by 11, so we want to get 16.20 inches over here. We want to get 11.20 inches here, giving us that 1/20th of an inch border. Sized, ready to go to print. We're simply going to send it to our sublimation printer. Once that is done, we're going to pick onto our power driver. We're going to hit our print settings. Once our print settings open up, we're simply going to send it for... This one you will not set for photographic. Even though it's a photo, I am going to tell you on the color to set it for graphics. The main time to use photo is when it has a flesh tone. That's more for photo. So let's go back to printing over here. We got our driver set. We got everything ready to go. And we're going to start printing. So we have our one image came out. We were talking before about the gun pad. So while that's coming out, Scotty and myself were thinking, what gun can't you ever go wrong with in a historical name? The Colt, an American classic. You know what we noticed too tonight ourselves? We were looking, we noticed that the paper is translucent enough that you can see through to make sure you have a nice center point on your Sublipad so you don't ever have to worry about being off-centered. You know my favorite thing is heat tape. I know some people like spray tacks and other methods. I'm an old school. I like heat tape. Always worked for me. So I got my Sublipad in. I'm going to give a look at my measurements. See, again, I said I could see through it. I'm a little off-centered. So basically I can come over a little to my left. And again, that's what I love about using Text Print R. I just noticed it is a translucent media, so it makes it very easy to see right through. So I'm going to line up my corners like so. I'm going to bring it up to over here. I'm going to push my tape down. And I'm going to flip it over. I do have my other tape here at the bottom, so let me just pull that out. While that's going, we hear our printer going, printing out our beautiful fountain picture. I'm going to lay this right in here like so. We're going to press it down for 400 degrees for 50 seconds. Come on over and let's check out our printer. You notice tonight we're using the SG800 made by Sawgrass. The Virtuoso SG800 features the optional bypass tray, which, let me move this out of your way, and I do apologize. And I thank you, the SG800 with the optional bypass tray for 13 by 19 printing. One of the higher end models for Sawgrass, considering they make two, which is the 400 and 800. One does not outperform the other. The only performance different is the size. If one outperformed the other, the cartridges would not be interchangeable. But again, I do not suggest you put SG400s in your 800 because they're half the size. Yes, they will work. Half the size, half the value. Okay, our press is just about finished. Come on over. Let's take a look and see how Mr. Colt came out. I'm going to say he'd be proud of us right now. Look at our Sublipad, how beautiful. There's my gun collector pad. I'm going to set this down. It's a little warm. So we're going to set it down right there, and Scotty can maybe pan over and show you how it came out. Now we're going to get something with some heavy color. Come on, Scott, let's have some fun. We got our Trevi fountain. We're going to grab another Sublipad. Now, if you notice, the reason I did the 1620 and the 1120, if you guys want to zoom in a little over here, come on over and check this out. I left myself a 20th of a border going all the way around, so it's easier to line up the Sublipad and everything. I'm already done. I'm ready to tape it down. Let's get the Sublipad on. Now, if you noticed before, when my Sublipad came out, from what I noticed, it looked a little curly. That was from the heat and the pressure. So remember, once it cools down, like it did, it's going to lay flat again. So let's lay this on a flat. Here you go. Let's just drop it down. There we go. I think that'll give you a better perspective. That's the Sublipad. I know it looks big enough that it can almost be a mat for a front door. Maybe for a small foot, not for ours. So our Sublipad is coming out. We're pressing, we're doing. I love the Sublipad. I could think of so many uses. I could think of the beach, the gun collector, the restaurant, the crafter. I mean, we can go on and really change the way of a placemat / business promotional mat, the way they can look at it. Nice for somebody, realtor, just buying a house. It's a nice little pad. Great business card. Now you notice it did come out a little curled again. This is okay. Once it cools down, again, it's going to reform itself flat. Okay, while that one's cooling down, let me grab one more, guys, because I want to do my scene. You see, the pad cooled right down. I liked this one before we were doing. Everybody got to pick one, so I'm going to pick one right now. I'm going to do the Coliseum. This one, the color was just so stunning, I had to print this one. So let me get the Coliseum ready. Got one. Notice how I'm spinning it around. I'm not putting my hand close to my pad. I'm not rushing. There's two. Make sure I'm at the end. Simply going to lay my Sublipad right down, and we're going to press it again. Remember, all products, this and more, can be seen at www.sublimation101.com, where you'll find the latest and greatest in sublimation. We're going to put that right up there. You know, ever since we shot that video with the carry-all for the beach bag, these have been going crazy. Me and Scott noticed everybody's been grabbing them, getting ready for the spring and the summer. The carry-all has been going really cool. Everybody's been liking it. Our wallets, we've been having a good time. We already sold out of the new neoprene beach bag, which is the same material that we made the other one out of. So if you know it's a quality product and you already used it, it's going to last for you. Okay, I'm dying to see the Coliseum right now. This one was one of my favorite pictures when I saw it, and I was just like, I had to do it. So we're going to open up our heat press. Our Sublipad came right down. Oh, wow. If I must say myself, that one came out simply stunning. Now, getting back to a business, you could put the guy's pizza shop name, his phone number, and everything right here. This would be very classy. You know what else I was just thinking while we were doing it, too? Maybe something for weddings, for the brides and the grooms, something to put the knives on with their date and everything. It was just another idea that crossed my mind. Basically, I want to say on behalf of myself, Sublimation 101, Martha Ray, our president, Sublimation Scotty, and more, we thank you so much.
Beautiful. Excellent, like always.
And remember, don't be afraid to take a shot with Sublimation 101. Have a great evening. Thank you. Remember, often imitated, never duplicated. Have a great night.